लैंगिक विभेदका कारण एसिया प्रशान्त क्षेत्रका किशोरीहरूको निर्णायक क्षमतामा बाधा पुगेको एक अध्ययनले देखाएको छ। प्लान इन्टरनेसनलले सार्वजनिक गरेको किशोरी नेतृत्व सम्बन्धी सूचाङ्क 2024ले किशोरी र युवा महिलाको नेतृत्व सामर्थ्यलाई ती देशमा विद्यमान लैंगिक विभेदले कमजोर बनाएको देखाएको हो। सूचाङ्कले विश्वको झण्डै 60% युवा जनसङ्ख्याको बसोबास रहेको एसिया प्यासिफिक क्षेत्रका किशोरी र युवा महिलाको नेतृत्व र निर्णायक क्षमता विद्यमान लैंगिक विभेदका कारण कमजोर बन्दै गएको देखाएको हो। शिक्षा, सुरक्षा, कानून र नीतिमा सिंगापुर, थाइल्याण्ड र फिलिपिन्सको सूचाङ्क उच्च रहेको छ भने अफगानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान र ब्रुनाई, दारुसलाम लगायत देशमा किशोरीहरूको शिक्षामा ठूलो खाडल रहेको पाइएको छ। यी तीनवटा देश शिक्षा र आर्थिक अवस्थाको मापनमा सबैभन्दा तल्लो सूचाङ्कमा रहेका छन्। शिक्षामा असमानता बढेसँगै किशोरीहरूको आर्थिक अवस्था पनि कमजोर बनेको अध्ययन प्रतिवेदनले देखाएको छ। कानून र नीतिगत दृष्टिकोणबाट नेपालको अवस्था राम्रो रहेको पाइएको छ, तर कार्यान्वयन पक्ष भने फितलो रहेको अध्ययनले देखाएको छ। प्लान्ट इन्टरनेसनलका कार्यकारी प्रमुख डेबोरा टी सिम्पसनले किशोरी नेतृत्व सम्बन्धी सूचाङ्कले समग्र रूपमा एसिया प्रशान्त क्षेत्रका किशोरीहरूको नेतृत्व र निर्णायक क्षमताको स्थितिलाई सार्वजनिक गरेको बताएकी छन्।
Report was really as a tool for countries to look at their work on girls' rights and across 7 domains. And what we found was that depending on the country, we got very different results. And so for Nepal, I think what was interesting is it came out number 1 on laws, but a little bit lower on effectiveness on certain things like education and girls' rights and representation. So it just shows that you have a good start in that the laws and policies are out there. Now we need to figure out how to make them real. First, we think about getting girls to school and making sure that there's access for people, even in marginalized communities. And then we want to help them learn to gain the confidence and agency so that they feel confidence to move forward and to bring their voice out and to create voices, and working with boys and fathers and mothers as well to make sure that we're starting to change the notion of a voice for girls. And then once we get them their voice, then they can start to find the outlets for change and start to have real discussions with people that have power and that can make things happen. And so what we try to do is work really closely with local officials, with the schools, with local partners to make sure that everybody's striving for the same things. And then we try to introduce new ways of things like clubs for the girls and boys so they can get their thoughts into the way the teaching happens, the way the schools are run, create mothers clubs, fathers clubs, get everybody involved in the community and making things work better. And so trying to bring those innovations as well as help with some fundamental issues just around getting people to school, getting enough teachers in place, etc. I think what's amazing that we find is if we actually engage the girls in learning about the science of their bodies and what happens to them, and just some basic education, and then give them the chance to help teach others as well, that we can actually create a lot of improvement in just understanding. And you'll find that they'll actually teach the boys, they'll teach their mothers, they'll teach their fathers, and everybody becomes much more aware of what's the science behind everything about girls' health and how they are growing through adolescence, which is such a difficult time. So I think in climate, we're only at the beginning, and getting the youth are a powerful voice because the world will be theirs at some point, and so they're very good at creating awareness. We also need to work on just responsiveness, being ready for crisis, being ready for change, and then creating more awareness about what we all have to do to contribute. And then the advocacy and making sure we're fighting for the changes that happen to happen within Nepal, but outside Nepal as well. So I think what's interesting in the report is to look at the scores on different dimensions and just ask the question, why are we strong here but not so strong there, and see if we can figure out where the gaps are in the system, and or challenge those if not every indicator is going to be perfect, but to actually dig into the ones where we have, and then find out what some of the best practices are in some of the other countries where perhaps they're in a different place, and also share what's working well in Nepal. First, it's giving them access to school and the things that they need, but it's confidence and helping them know that they really can be someone, and that they can demand the stage, and that they have great capabilities if they will believe in themselves. others will come along with them.
एसिया प्रशान्त क्षेत्रका 33 वटा देशबाट प्राप्त तथ्याङ्कका आधारमा तयार किशोरी नेतृत्व सम्बन्धी सूचाङ्क 2024 ले निरन्तरको असमानताका कारण किशोरीहरूको नेतृत्व विकास अवरुद्ध हुनु चिन्ताजनक रहेको उल्लेख गरेकी छन्। अध्ययन प्रतिवेदनमा लैङ्गिक विभेद र असमानताको चक्र तोड्न किशोरी र महिलाको नेतृत्व विकास अझै धेरै काम गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यकता औल्याइएको छ।